USA, 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 USA. Guys, thank you for being here tonight. I want to first thank our incredible team that has worked their tails off for the last year and the last month here in Iowa. All of you volunteers, you have lifted us up from, February of last year when we got into this. Nobody knew who we were. Nobody knew what we were up to. And together we have created a movement that I think is going to carry our nation to the next level. And for that, all of the patriots across this state, across this country, everybody watching on the live stream, we are so grateful to you. And I promise you this, we are just getting started in leading this movement to our future. Okay? Now, this is a campaign founded on speaking the truth. Not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. Not just to the Democrats, but to our own side. And not just to other campaigns and candidacies, but to ours. And so I will stick to the truth tonight. The first hard truth, and this one's hard for me. I got to admit this. But we've looked at it every which way, and I think it is true that we did not achieve the surprise that we wanted to deliver tonight. And I think that that's just a hard fact that we're going to have to accept as a campaign. And the question then is, what do we do that is right for our country? And so Porv and I, we actually didn't make this contingency plan before everybody told us to. We said, no, we're not doing that. But we talked about it tonight. We took a little bit of time in our apartment in Des Moines before coming here to make some hard choices. And I wanted to make a couple of announcements tonight to get the business out of the way. And then I want to tell you where we're going. As of this moment, we are going to suspend this presidential campaign. And this is going to have to be, there's no path for me to be the next president absent things that we don't want to see happen in this country. And I think that I am very worried for our country. I think we are skating on thin ice as a nation. We have done everything in our part to make, and done, every one of us in this room has done our part to save this country. And I am so proud of every one of you who have lifted us up. But we're a campaign founded on the truth. And so that's why we've made that decision today. And I'm also making the decision that this has to be an America First candidate in that White House. As I've said since the beginning, there are two America First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulate him on his victory. And now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country. And so I'm going to ask you to follow me in taking our America First movement to the next level. It did not begin in 2016. It began in 1776. And for the next journey of this race, we are going to make sure that our movement is actually the one that actually leads and saves this country in the next step. And as for this movement, founded on truth, America First 2.0, we're just getting started. That doesn't end today. That begins today, actually. So we're just getting warmed up. Apoorva and I, we're not going anywhere. We are in this for the future of our country. We've lived the phase of our life. This country has allowed us to live an American dream that my parents, who were here with us earlier, helping take care of our little boys, they never imagined when they came to this country 40 years ago. Yet now we have lived an American dream that we want to pass on to these kids and their generation. And so the phase of our life where we were getting ahead for ourselves, making a good life for our family, this country's already given us that. This next chapter of our life and the next chapter of our journey and the next few years and even the rest of this year is about giving back to this country to create a country that I am worried for. But if we all do our part, and I've been asking that of you at every step of the way, asking patriots across this state and across this country to do their part, I promise you if you did your part, and you have, that we will do ours. And we're going to do our part now going forward to make sure that America First lives on, to make sure that Donald Trump is successful as the next president of the United States, to make sure that it isn't some other puppet they trot out to make sure that they steal this country out from underneath us. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to take this movement to the next level. And I think after that, it's another 250 years and then some still left ahead of us. And if you all continue to join us in this journey, I'm going to ask you to do that. We're just getting warmed up. If you all do your part, and we're going to do ours, our best days as a nation still will as yet be ahead of us. So thank you guys for coming here. God bless you and your families, and may God bless our United States of America. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Yes. 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 We better be ready to. We better be ready to. It's what needs to be done, Kathleen, in this country. It's what needs to be done. We need to put an end. Everything that I stood for, I said to you this in the beginning of the race. We'd rather speak the truth and lose this election than to win by playing some fake game of political snakes and ladders. And so, here's the thing about me. Whatever it is in the next phase that we do, I'm not going to be changing what I say to dance to any tune other than the one that's the best for this country. And so you have my word on that. Everything that we stood for in this campaign, shutting down 75% of the federal bureaucracy, actually standing for 3 branches of government rather than 4, reviving our missing national purpose as Americans, filling that void in the mind of the next generation that is lost. We will continue on that journey and make sure we accomplish that in whatever best way we can. To be honest with you, the best way I could have done it is as your next president. And that's why we made the choice we did for the last year. But that's not our choice. That doesn't belong to us. That belongs to the people of this country. And in some deeper sense, it belongs to God, actually. And so we will make sure that if I have, whatever I do, Kathleen, I cannot be your next president unless the people of this country vote for it. But whatever we do, we will do our part to make sure everything that we have told you we're going to do for this country, we will do everything in our power. We will stop at nothing. We will not hold ourselves back. Everything we can while speaking the truth at every step. I'm going to work hard to make sure that, yes, we protect the borders of this nation. That, yes, we shut down the deep state that is the threat to our future existence of our nation. That we revive national pride in these kids and their generation. So everything we said still stands. We're going to do everything in our power to make it so. I could have done it best as your next president, but the people of this country, the choice belongs to them, and we're going to respect the choice that they made. And I'm going to ask you to respect the choice that we made in actually leading this forward. So we love you back. We love all of you for being part of this movement. Tomorrow night, I expect, we have some, we might actually just get to spend a night sleeping in our bed in Ohio for the first time in a long time. We might just be heading there right from here, and I think that's a decision we just made. But tomorrow, I'm going to appear with Donald Trump at a rally in New Hampshire to lay out what I see and what we see for the future of the country. And you know what? We're going to do our part to save this country. And I'm going to ask you guys to celebrate not the end of this campaign, but the beginning of the next phase of our movement. So may our best days be ahead of us, guys. God bless you and your families. And we love you all and everything you've done. And we're not going anywhere, guys. So thank you. And you know what? Let's turn on the music and keep this party going. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great to see that. Thank you, man. We did everything we could. We did everything we could. It's that good to see you, man. Thank you, man. Good to see you, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, man.
I'm waiting for you to come up.
What's that?
I'm waiting for you to come up. Your time is coming. God has a plan for you. Much beyond what you know or any of us know at this point.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being such a blessing in our lives.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Neil, thank you, man, for being here. Thank you, yes.
Position for Trump, would you accept the VP or respond to his administration, like president?
I'm going to do whatever's best for this country. I do have independent opinions, and I'm not somebody who compromises on them. So if I can do that in a way that allows me to stay true to what I believe is right for this country, I'm going to do whatever's right.
That's great.
But that's my answer. What's that?
No, like,
I'm going to do whatever's right for the country. That's the answer. I'm going to do whatever's right for the country.
thank you.
What's that?
God bless you.
We will. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're not going to.
I have loved meeting you 4 times. I love your campaign. This is really fun.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're just getting started. Kathleen, you have my word. We're not going to
support Trump 100%.
Thank you.
I trust you. I trust
Thank you.
You won't let
Thank
us
you.
down.
I'm not going to let you
You're
down.
going to keep him to
We're
his
go-
feet to the fire.
Absolutely.
He needs a good advisor. My gosh.
We need, and the thing about me, I'm never going to say something different than what I believe.
I know.
So that might not make me very good in a in whatever role it is. But whatever it is, I'm going to say what I believe and do what's right for the country. And so
Thank you
that
so
much we have
much.
my word on.
Thank you so
And I
much.
do think that supporting him is the right step now.
100%. I will
Thank
give
you.
him as much as I gave you.
Thank you,
I will be
Kathleen.
there,
Thank you.
100%.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the right answer.
That is the right answer.
I'm going to do whatever's right for the country. That's the answer. I'm going to do whatever's right for the country. Thank you, my man. You guys are do, which is to bring a sufficiently large number of them to actually significantly shift the result of the election. But I think because of the nature of the caucus process, which is even different than a primary, that proved too difficult to actually translate into meaningful results.
Now, what would you say to people who have seen negative ads towards Trump? I know you're a big supporter of him at the beginning of your campaign, and that kind of gets into the dirty politics. What would you say to those people that are saying, how are you going to be able to fully endorse someone that you are running against so publicly?
Well, look, I believe at the start of this that I would have been the best president for the United States. That doesn't matter. It's not my choice. It's the people of this country's choice. And so I have respected Donald Trump's legacy more than everybody else in this race. I've been very clear about that. I say he was the best president of the 21st century on the debate stage. I stand by that today. And so, Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley who have made a race out of criticizing him, that's a different question for them. But in my case, it's very consistent with what I've said since day one.
You've gained popularity in your recently new political career. What's going to happen to you? What's the future looking like for you?
To tell you the truth, we were prepared for a very different result than the one we have tonight. And so I am a little surprised by what happened tonight. Maybe we shouldn't have been, but I am. And so there's no specific plan we have made. I said this at the beginning, I'm not a plan B person, and I meant it. There is no plan B, other than to know that we're in this for the country. The phase of our life where this has been about how we're able to get ahead, how I'm able to advance in my career, that's not this phase of life. This phase of life is how do we do what's best for the United States of America. And whatever that is, you have my word that Apoorva and I are both all in for doing what's best for this country. Apoorva will keep, obviously doing what she does in her career. She's one of the best in the world at what she does, as a throat surgeon, saving lives every day, and I'm so proud of her. As for what comes next for me, I'm very focused on making sure Donald Trump becomes the next president and making sure that our country's best days are still ahead of us.
How are you going to convince those people who are done with the MAGA era? When you said you were going to endorse them, one person shouted out, "Don't do it." What would you say to those people?
I would say that I ran for president because I thought I was the best qualified person to do the job. That choice doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to us. Yes, I am. I said it on stage. I am very concerned about what this year holds in store. But I do believe that that would be the best outcome for this country if it's not going to be me.
This plot is underway to prop up a puppet.
I do. And I'm very concerned. And that's why I think it would be healthy for this country and for our party if Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley followed suit. I think that would be productive for not only the Republican Party, but for this country. And I will pray for this country. I will pray for Donald Trump and every leader in our movement, because I am worried about what's going on in this country. Everything that I've said in the last several weeks since that Maine and Colorado decision, I am worried for the future of our country. But I'm going to do everything in my part and everything in my power to make sure Donald Trump becomes the next president of the United States. And to make sure, if I may just spare 1 second, and to make sure that our country's best days, no matter what, are still ahead of us.
What was the nature of that conversation?
What's that?
What was the nature of that conversation with former President Trump? Obviously, this is a very emotional day for you,
Yes.
for your family, for your supporters. Can you speak to us about why you chose to suspend him now?
I think that I wasn't expecting to do that today, but we took a long, hard look. We did not overperform the polls. We didn't underperform them. We did what was expected of us. And so the campaign's founded on truth. I told you our base plan, our expectation was we're going to shatter expectations here. We did not. I don't believe that I should be remaining in the race if there's not a path to myself becoming the nominee. I have a responsibility to this country to do the right thing. We've suspended the campaign. And my hope for this country is that Donald Trump becomes the next president. But I am worried about all the things I've laid out in the last several weeks. Those remain. I'm concerned for this country, but I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that this country is stronger on the other side of this election, and I think that's going to be by Donald Trump being the next president.
What exactly does that look like? You put your support behind Trump. Do you plan to join him on the campaign trail? Exactly how far will that support?
I expect to join him tomorrow in New Hampshire, and I think that I will expect to join him on the campaign trail after that as well, because I think it's important that he become the next president of the United States. If it's not going to be me, I do, and it's not, as of today, tonight, that's clear, then I think that Trump should be the next president of the United States, and I'm going to do everything that I can to make it so.
What did he say on that phone call?
We spoke, we had a very cordial conversation. I mean, it was more than friendly. I think that he and I have had a friendly relationship for a long time. We spoke about a wide range of things. I mean, we spoke about some of the substance of what I've been talking about on the campaign. I think that what he said to me, which I think he was being kind about it, but he said the real winner of the night is you. Who would have ever thought you would have come? Nobody knew who you were. I had a head start when I got started, and you didn't have that. So he was very gracious about it, and I told him point blank. We didn't mince words. I said that there's no path forward for me. He has my full throated support, and I'm going to endorse him. And I think he appeared thrilled with that endorsement. And I told him, asked him if he's going to be in New Hampshire. He said it's tomorrow evening. I don't even know when. I said if I'm going to be able to make it, I will, and then we're going to campaign together there. So if you all are there, I'll probably end up seeing you tomorrow night. You have one question and one question, and we're done.
Other campaigns have been, saying that the results right now is too early. What do you make of that?
I mean, I think that is a microscopic issue relative to the actual result. The result speaks for itself. And so I can be today empathetic of other candidates who are holding on to some hope or path that they have and latching on to whatever they can. I can say that I'm somewhat sympathetic to that because we went through several cycles of that this evening in a short compressed period of time. But, the campaign was founded on truth, right? And so I have been unsparing in speaking what I see as the hard truths to the media, to the Democrats, to the Republicans. And I think we have to speak the hard truth to our campaign about based on the facts that I see. And so I think that that's a fig leaf. And I say that with due respect to people who are probably processing some difficult emotions and the disappointment they're experiencing too. But I don't think that was a factor that mattered tonight.
Would you see yourself as vice president?
Yes, would you do it?
See, here's the thing. My number one criteria for me is I'm always going to speak my convictions. I'm not somebody who's going to be able to speak anyone's convictions but my own. And so if that's a role that I can perform from the vice presidency or any other one, I'm going to evaluate whatever is best for the future of this country. But my number one commitment is to truth. My number one commitment is to speaking my own convictions, and whatever allows us to serve this country best while doing that, I'm all in to do.
Who exactly was involved in the decision? Obviously, of course, your staff.
The Portman I. It was a Portman I decision. No, I don't. I mean, I'm not a person who looks back and just has regrets or anything of any form. I think that I am. In a certain sense, I'm following through on, actually, my concern for the future of this country. I'm all in for Trump being the next president of the United States. And we do need to actually protect not only Donald Trump, but this country from what they're doing to him and what they're doing to this country. And so everything I've said is consistent since day one of this campaign. And it's going to be consistent with the way we run this going forward.
We were your precinct captains in District 45. You won that one.
Oh, we won that one?
Yes.
You guys did your job.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Can we get an autograph?
Thank you.
We just wanted you to sign our Constitution
Thank
before
you.
they destroy it.
Thank you.
One-on-one interview with KCCI really quick.
I mean, maybe one question.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're over there. We can't move our camera right
I
now.
think if you can't do it here, we're probably going to leave. Yeah. I apologize. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
Chicago cop, man. I love you, dude.
Thank you, man. I love you back.
Thank you, Vivek.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Congrats on a good campaign.
Meeting the people, meeting the voters, actually. I was already, as of earlier this evening, we're ready to go to New Hampshire. But I was already going to miss Iowa, actually, because there's a unique culture to the caucus culture here. And I was already sentimental enough about that. I'm probably not a place where I can tell you what we're going to miss about the whole campaign. This is not what we were preparing for tonight. But I can tell you it's definitely going to be meeting the voters and actually having honest and open in-person conversation. It's one thing to do it through a TV screen. It's another to actually be on the ground. We said we do those 390 events. I said I worked harder than any other candidate. In a sense, it didn't feel like work, actually. I mean, we were going 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. for much of the last several weeks. I know you know that. You were also driving around with us. But that's the part I'm actually going to miss, is people who love this country doing whatever they can to save this country. And in that sense, that's not going to stop. That continues. And so whatever form that takes, we're going to continue that tomorrow.
Are you going to miss the cold?
You know, even a little bit, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there's a certain intensity, austerity to it that I think we're going to miss, actually.
What are you feeling now? Do you feel any sense of relief?
Chin up, fight on.
I felt this kind of after that event earlier today. I think we left it all on the mat. And so I don't have any regrets. I definitely don't have the regret that we should have worked any harder. That would have been the worst kind of regret. So I feel at peace with the decision we made. I think it was the right decision. I was not going to do this. I mean, we were looking, what's the path? Is there a path here? You know, did they release, you know, what would that have had an impact? None of that mattered. The people of this country and the people of this party are clear about who they want to be their next president. And I ran because I thought I was going to be the best president, but if that's not what the people want right now, I'm going to stand for who I believe is the right candidate of those who remain.
Does it run in
That's Donald Trump.
2028 out of the question? Would you consider that?
No, it's not out of the question. I think that this movement is just getting started, actually. Started last year. I view our movement as being in the early phases, but Kendall, it's not about me. And it's not about Trump, it's about this country. And so who's going to be the best vehicle to advance that agenda forward? Right now, that's Donald Trump. And he has my full support for that reason. But America First doesn't end in 2028. It doesn't end in 2032. It goes for another 250 years. And that's what I think is ahead for this country. And I think that it has the potential to turn the Democratic-Republican divide upside down. This doesn't have to be Republicans and Democrats. Just take those goggles off and actually take the black or white or man or woman, just take those filters off and just answer what it means to be an American. Let's revive that. And I am confident that we can still reunite this country in a way that I think we badly need. And so I'm all in for that, and I'm going to do whatever's required. I don't know is the answer. But we're going to go to Ohio. So I thank you guys. I appreciate it. We haven't been there for a long time. Steve,
Yes.
you've been an amazing friend through this, working your butt off for this, and I'm grateful to you for it, man.
Every day
we have a
was
lot
fun,
more to talk
Vivek.
about. Every day was
And
fun.
we'll do her again. Every day.
Whatever you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
This is my husband and daughter. We caucused for you tonight. He gave a big speech for you.
You did. Thank you,
Yes.
guys. I appreciate it, guys. We're grateful to
Here,
you.
please take a picture.
Thank you. Let's take a picture. Hey. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We're behind you
Thank you.
1,000%.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Also, fellow Ohioans support you from the beginning.
Thank you. I appreciate
God bless.
it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys. Thank you.
Can I get a picture?
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, we'll take one. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Please tell me you're going to be our vice president.
I'm going to do whatever's best for this country.
I had a heart attack and everything on this campaign trail. I didn't miss anything. I didn't give up one time. I don't want you to either.
We're not going to give up. We don't have any regrets. We're proud of what you guys have done. You guys have lifted us up. We're grateful to you for it. Thank
I want
you.
to see you in the
And
next,
we're not going to stop till we revive this country.
I'd love to see you in the next four, man. I'd love to see you
Thank
on
you,
the next
man.
stage. Yeah.
I appreciate it,
Good luck.
brother.
I appreciate your truth. I appreciate your honesty.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
My name is Michael Gregg. I'm the National Chair for High School Republicans.
Thank you.
And I have my group here, and I want to see if we can get a picture with
Yes,
you.
yes, absolutely.
All right. Can I take a picture with you?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Let's do it, guys. Thank you, guys. All right, guys. I think we're heading out. Thank you. Okay, one last one. Yep, and then we're gonna check the flight side. Yeah, thank you, man.
So much. Thank you for running.
Thank you for coming out, man.
Thank you so much, man. You're
Thank you,
good
guys.
fight.
I appreciate it, guys.
I
Thank
respect
you.
everything you've done for us young people.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, let's do it. Thank you.
We met in St. Louis.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Are you going to come back?
Yes.
You're going to
Yes.
come back, right? That was
happy.
Here
A
you go.
lot
Thank you.
chaotic. Why Trump? With what
I
he
think
said
he's-
against you, and today this was my first time ever caucusing because of you.
I appreciate that.
But
I got
with
of the people who are here in this race, who's going to take our America First movement to the next level? Donald Trump.
What should we expect with the way Colorado's been? What should we expect as a country to be coming if Trump were to become president? What should we expect and how should we react to that? Because obviously so many are against him.
I will do everything in my power to make sure that that doesn't happen. But I'm going to make sure it's an America First president one way or another. That's the answer. So let's pray that doesn't happen. But if it does, we have our work cut out for us.
We do.
Yes.
But with the way that everything's been for 4 years, it's going to be a lot of going against Trump, especially that left side. What does the rest of us do to try to help support, but also, what should we expect?
Well, I can't tell you what's ahead, but I can tell you what I'm going to do, which is everything that we can to make sure that it's going to be a leader.
What should the rest of us do to help support you to be able to get in there?
I'm going to keep speaking the hard truths about what's going on in this country. Keep spreading that hard truth. That's what I'm going to tell you. Keep spreading that message across this country. We're not going to stop speaking that truth. And the more people whose eyes you open, the more likely we're going to have our country left. That's a good question, and that's what I want you to do for us.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Hello, my brother.
How you doing, Swallow?
Very good. I saw this up.
Thank you.
I'm
proud
part
to be
American, and you're part American. I'm going to take a quick.
I appreciate it.
Could we get a group?
Let's do it. Let's do it. And then we're going to head out. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Can we get a quick pic?
Last one, and then we're heading out, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
South Carolina team picture.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey. I feel at peace. Yeah, I mean, I was disappointed in the result, but I think we're over that. We feel that it's got to speak the truth, and there was no other way to look at the result other than the fact that we did not achieve the result we expected to, even though it was a result that many others did expect. And so what's the next best thing for the country? I think it's to make sure we have an America First president, so Donald Trump has my full endorsement, and I'm going to do whatever's in my power to save this country.
Did you talk to him tonight?
Yes, I did.
And what kind of message did he give you?
It was a very positive conversation in both directions. I think he was enthusiastic for the endorsement, and I think that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that if I wasn't successful in this race, and I wasn't, that he is. So, thanks. It's been good to see you guys. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah.
Sorry, just
Okay.
with Chris right
We're
there.
proud of the campaign. And
Chris.
thank you. We're very proud of it, and I think that's the future. I think that's the future. Hey guys,
do one photo with
let's
South
do it.
Carolina.
Thank you, South Carolina team, guys. Thank you for coming out here, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hey, Oliver. Thank you, guys. Tell the whole team, guys. We're so proud of you.
Appreciate you. Thank
You
you.
guys have been.
Yeah.
You guys drove all the way here. You've been pounding it. I remember this guy hounded me down to get that. I love that. That's why I knew he's got the effort in him. Oliver, good to see you guys. Thank you for coming, man, with your family. I appreciate it.
I
Oliver.
want to get together with you.
Thank you. Hey, man. How you doing?
You bet.
Good to see you, Chip.
Well done.
Thank you, brother. I thought we were gonna do it.
You know what? I cried tonight, and I know you did too.
Yeah.
Bless you, brother.
But
And I know it's great things to come.
I'm at peace with, we did everything in our power, and we're going to continue to do everything in our
Well, we
power.
have a lot of work to do, and obviously
Speak the truth, and
you've
that's.
proven yourself as a real leader.
Thank you,
You're
my
a
man.
leader.
You are leaders. I mean, the people of this state, you're what lifted us up throughout this whole process is meeting actual patriots like you, who care about the country, care about the Constitution, who care about our future. I mean, that event you hosted for us, that was such an honest conversation amongst leaders who care about this country. And so we're going to take that away from us without an iota of regret. And, on to the next phase. I'm every bit as worried about this country as I've shared today on the campaign trail. We still got to figure out how we're going to.
You're going to stay very vocal and active, I imagine.
Absolutely.
We'll
Absolutely.
continue to support you
Thank
in
you.
whatever you do.
Thank you.
Whether
appreciate
Well,
it.
I want to ask you about the.
Thank
whatever
you.
else you do.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop till we get it done.
The Gandhi Satyagraha. How familiar are you with that, like philosophy?
Yeah. Some my dad more so than me, but.
All right. Well, anyway.
But we'll give me the nutshell.
Oh, just nonviolence.
Oh, yeah.
Uncooperation with evil.
Yeah. Uncooperation with evil. Yeah, no, the basics of it. Yep.
But then it does kind of mimic. I don't know. I thought you would have known it inside and out already, but
no, actually, I think I'm more maybe on like the Vedic roots of that. Okay. I'd actually be more in touch with, less about the civil
so do you
disobedience
then?
Aspect of it. Not well.
Okay. All right.
But I aspire to.
Well, anyway,
every day.
The last 6 or 7 days were great for me. So
man,
I love you so
I love
much.
you, man. We're so grateful. You came up here.
My second son.
I'm so grateful to you. That's right. I'll always be your brown son.
You are my brown son. My kids say, he's my brown brother.
That's right. I love that.
I know.
I'll be your brown son forever. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We'll see you soon. We're going to hang out more on the tennis court, on that tennis court. Yes, we're going to do all of it. We're going to have so much fun. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Yeah, let's take a quick look over here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, guys. You know that, and we got a mission accomplished right now, so we'll focus on that, and then it's not about me; it's about the country. So I hope we have a country. We had to preserve a country that we can even save, and that's what's in front of us. So. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Ron's gonna hop in with you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Come back for state convention.
Thank you.
See you in a couple months.
Let's do it. Good seeing
work.
you, man. Thank you. Thank you, man. You've been awesome for us.
We came down from St. Louis to support you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys.
Had a great event.
You guys were
up
awesome down there.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting us there. It was awesome to see you, and I appreciate you coming up for this.
Thank
you guys are great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up.
We're with you.
I'm sorry we couldn't do it. I'm sorry we didn't do it. We're not going to let you down. We're not going to let you down. We're going to do this, guys. Hey.
Hey, baby.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hi. Thank you.
Good seeing you, man. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. Juan, with you. We're going to get there together, brother. We're going to do this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys.
Your students,
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, let's take a quick picture, and then we're going to... I think it's time. I think the time has come. Thank you. All right. Time to get home.
Do you know where your jacket is? I don't know where my jacket is.
I don't know where it is. Might be upstairs. I think I gave it to Kevin. Kevin's got my jacket. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Say goodbye to the stream.
What's that? Oh, I got stream still? I'm still streaming.
Amazing. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. We're not going anywhere, but tomorrow I'm going to be in New Hampshire. Going to campaign with Donald Trump, and let's make him the president. It's the next step in this journey. Save this country. That's the way to do it. There's only one answer, and I'm all in to make it happen. So I've done my part. This team's done their part. I was in this for a reason, which is that I believed I was the best person to lead this country to our future. That choice isn't mine to make. It belongs to the beauty of this country. It belongs to the people. And so, you know what? I'm going to get behind what I believe is the next best phase for the country. And I think that this movement we've begun, it's not the end. It's just really, in many ways, it's just the beginning. We're just getting warmed up. And so we're not going anywhere. Don't worry. We're just getting warmed up. And thank you, man. You've been dominating this. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Gavin's a man. So keep it over. Thank you.
I'm not going to go outside.
Thank you, brother.